Legacy from the past. Aspendos, the rich port metropolis of antiquity. Without understanding the past, you cannot understand the future. Now close your eyes, and I am taking you back 2,000 years to the warm lands of Antalya. Before you is Aspendos, the richest, most organized port metropolis of antiquity. This city, which we only know today for its theatre, was actually a huge world. When you climb the hill right behind the theatre, the Acropolis, you will see the Agora, a giant marketplace, the basilica, where the courts were established, and the monumental fountain adorned with statues. And that structure that engineers admire even more than the theatre, the 1-kilometer-long aqueducts. They transported water from the mountains to the city using the siphon technique. So, who lived here? According to legend, it was founded by people coming from Argos after the Trojan War. But excavations say, before that, the native peoples of this land, the Luvians and Selimians, were here. Then what happened? Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, Syrians. They flocked from all over the Mediterranean in ships for trade. Aspendos was a cosmopolitan port. What did the Aspendosians do? They raised horses. Such horses that were sold to kings and armies. The Copricae River, which you see shallow today, was then a waterway where ships sailed. Aspendos, although inland from the sea, opened to the Mediterranean through the river. They exported olive oil, wine, salt. They were so rich that they became one of the first cities to mint their own silver coin. But no glory is eternal. This city, established in the 10th century BC, lived for 2,300 years. In the 7th century, Arab raids began. Pirates attacked. And worst of all, the alluvium carried by the Copricae blocked the port. Cut off from the sea, Aspendos slowly became silent. But the story didn't end here. In the 13th century, the Seljuks came. And they did that wonderful thing, they did not abandon the theatre. They restored it. They made it a caravanserais, a summer palace. The tiles you see on the walls of the theatre today, those zigzag paintings, are Seljuk traces. This is the reason why the theatre stands strong and intact. They took care of it like a palace. Then, the city was completely submerged in silence. Until 1930, when Gazi Mustafa Kemal Ataturk came and said, "Take care of this place." And Aspendos was reborn as an open-air museum. This is the story of Aspendos. Not a city of stone, but 2,300 years of life. Important information. This production has been prepared in 7 different languages: Arabic, Chinese, French, Hindi, English, Spanish, and Turkish. All recreations in this production have been produced from scratch using artificial intelligence technology, in light of historical sources, archaeological data, and academic research. Out of respect for copyright and cultural heritage, no original photographs, archival footage, or images of museum artifacts were used. Since the visual findings that have survived to this day are limited, the scenes have been digitally recreated to represent how the structures and life might have looked during that period. Our aim: to tell the values of history in a universal language and to increase historical consciousness and cultural awareness, especially in younger generations. Due to technical reasons, rare and minor audio-video desyncs may occur. Thank you for your understanding. Legacy from the past continues. Subscribe to be notified of new episodes, turn on notifications, bell. We are on Memory Watch. Goodbye.